Hi there. Trying to go live again. There seem to be a few sound problems. Hopefully, you're there, Lorna. I'll try to put headphones in, see if this will help. Hopefully, that's working okay. Right then. Okay, if you're just coming on, can you hear me okay? There seems to be a bit of a sound problem. I'm trying to put a headphone in this time, see if it works. Sounds on. Yay! Okay, all right then. Okay, here we go. Right. And now, I just wait for a few more people to join in. Hello, everybody. Hi there. I'll wait for people to join in. Hopefully, we've got sound this time. Okay. Hi there. Still, we can hear you. Excellent. I've plugged the headset in. I've no idea. I restarted the phone and started again. As long as you can hear me, that's fine. All right, and we just wait for a couple more people to join. All right. Okay. We can hear you. Yeah. Okay. Let's get sharing, guys. Okay. Go. Started. Okay. All right. I have no idea how to do all that sharing stuff on here. It's just on my phone. I'm sure you guys will do it for me. Right then. Okay. So, a couple more seconds, a couple more people coming in. Hi there. Hiya. Don't disappear. Just say hello. Say hello. Well done. Getting sorted. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. All right. So, my name is Mark Peters. Some of you know me from the Tai Chi in the Park sessions. But I also run full-time a therapy center in Birmingham where I see clients for anxiety, addiction, and trauma. And I train people in hypnotherapy and NLP and coaching, that kind of stuff. So today I'm going to be talking about anxiety and how to manage anxiety. So I've got a couple little props. I've got a little prop here explaining the brain. And this will be, I've made a PDF, it's a few pages, and the PDF we'll upload afterwards. The PDF will explain what's going on. So here, for example, as the information from the world hits your brain, goes through the thalamus, it's sort of a switchboard, and that feeds information through your brain and it hits your amygdala. And your amygdala is like a security guard. Okay, so we're going to explain that and discuss how that works. And I've got my amygdala here to explain. Okay, great, that's fantastic. Hi, Anne. All right, so the aim, oh, no, okay, I should just go back a second. One of the issues is that we're constantly being told that people are anxious and people shouldn't be anxious. Now, the word is being used too liberally and too broadly. In fact, the NHS has now got generalized anxiety disorder when people seem generally anxious. Not quite sure why, but generally anxious. Now, anxiety is not a bad thing. I'm anxious to meet new people. I'm anxious to see what I got for tea. In the context where people are using it now, more hypervigilant, more aware, it's important to be aware. It's important to really be aware of the coronavirus. It's really be aware of the government's guidelines about social distancing, to be aware of washing your hands correctly, and to be more vigilant. But because of the way we're fed information, say by the news, because it's a constant stream of data, it builds a bias of belief, bias of thought. And now, if that bias is the world's ending, everyone's catching it, no one's recovering, and the people are getting younger and younger, and there's a shortage of hand gel and toilet roll and all kinds of stuff, you can see what that's caused. Because people respond in a herd mentality without thinking consciously. Because in that heightened anxious state, the conscious brain switches off, and the limbic system takes over. The limbic system is designed to cause a fight or flight. You've probably heard that term, fight or flight. And that's what its job is, to fight or run away. And to do that, that gets activated by the amygdala, and then that feeds into the hippocampus and can't say the words, hypothalamus and hippocampus, and it feeds in and note processes all, increase your blood pressure, change your breathing pattern, affect your circulation, release morphine, all kinds of stuff to get you fight ready or flight ready. And because that's the case that you're in, it doesn't want the conscious thinking part of you interfering. It just wants you to respond and react quickly. But that's not needed all the time. That's only needed in moments of danger. And I'll give you an example. Just a simple one. Now, if I'm going to say this is the amygdala, and this is on, and this is off. So if I walked into my room, and then I tripped on the edge of the carpet, the amygdala would go, oh, danger, danger, danger. And I say, no, it's okay, it's just a carpet. Oh, and I go, that's fine. But if I tripped over the carpet every single time I came in 4 or 5 times, it would then start to say, carpet's danger, carpet's danger, carpet's danger. And every time I see a carpet, this would go off, and I'd go into anxious state, my heart rate would increase, and I'd feel that constant feeling. But usually what happens is my brain says, no, that's just a carpet. Lift your feet up. Okay? And if we can get our brain to do that, if we can teach it to just stop, just for a moment, to ground, to be neutral, and from that neutral state, we can make a more informed decision, which is, did I wash my hands? Am I 2 meters away from that person? Is what I'm thinking sensible? Is everything the news is telling me true or slightly biased? What's fact? What's not? How can I find the right information out? Because in that neutral state, the conscious and the unconscious are both working. When they're both working, you're functioning perfectly. In transaction analysis, in transaction analysis, they talk about the parent, child, and adult model. And the parent, child, and adult, for now, for ease of discussion, would be the parent, the conscious you, the child, the unconscious you, and the adult, the bit negotiates between the 2 parts. If we let everything be run by a child, it'd be quite colourful, but very messy. And that's what's happening when we allow the limbic system to kick in, and that's what's happening when we allow anxiety to take over. If you can calm it down, quiet it down, bring it to ground, to neutral, in that quiet state can say, okay, what do you want unconscious? What do you want conscious? Okay, what's most useful about that? Well, I want to run away. Well, I want to pay attention. Okay, well, let's just relax down and say what's most important. Well, what's most important right now? You're breathing correctly, your heart rate slowing, and you're feeling more relaxed and more in control. And in that relaxed state, what's actually happening? Well, the news keeps telling me this. Oh, yes, but what's actually happening where you are right now? Oh. Well, right now, I'm sat in front of the telly watching the news. Okay. So it's not happening to you right now. Oh. No. But you're becoming more aware of what is happening. Oh, yes, I'm becoming more aware. Okay. And if you're more aware, you're more able to respond more appropriately. You're aware of an appropriate distance. You're aware of only going out as is necessary. You're aware of daily exercise. You're aware of eating healthily. You're aware of taking time to relax and recharge. Oh, yeah. Well, if you did that, you could thank that part. But we don't do that, do we? We moan at it. We say, I wish this wasn't happening. I wish this wasn't thinking. Wish this wasn't doing. Why am I struggling? Why is it hard? And because we're now more socially isolated, staying in as per the guidelines, we've got more time to think. And unfortunately, if you don't give children things to do, they busy themselves with all kinds of mischief. And so if you don't give the unconscious part of your mind something to do, to relax, to exercise, it comes up with its own stuff. Okay, so a simple way to ground. I'm making good use of my hands now. A grounding technique means grounding, being present. So a simple tool would be, because you've got 5 on your hand, let's go with 5 things you can see. So you look around your room, 5 things you can see, individual things. 4 things you can hear, the traffic, the clock, whatever it might be. 3 things you can feel, how warm or cold you are, the chair you're sitting in, how comfortable your clothes are. 2 things you can smell, the dinner cooking, because it's about that time. Well, it's gone that time actually. Your aftershave, perfume. something you can taste, the saliva in your mouth. If you do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5 things you can hear, sorry, 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can feel, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. By doing that simple process, it brings you back into the present moment. In that present moment, you can say, what else can I do right now? I know I can go on to the Active Wellbeing Society and join into an exercise class. I can do Zumba and swing and boxercise. I can feel more invigorated and mentally and physically calm. Because remember, relaxation doesn't need sitting still. You can be relaxed and doing Zumba because it's mental relaxation. It's important right now. Okay. So the handout, I'm going to send a PDF, and it's got 4 pages, and on those 4 pages, it gives a rough idea of how the brain's doing what it's doing. It gives you a coaching, a simple sort of, I'll call it a quick coach, and I'll show you what I mean. A quick coach has got a picture of a person and 2 questions. And so on that page, it's in what's within my control. So inside the body, you draw what's within my control. My relaxation, my exercise, what I'm having for lunch, what I'm doing, where I'm doing it. Things that are within your control, draw inside. And everything that's outside of your control, draw outside or write outside. You can draw and write. Be creative. You can write what other people are doing. You can draw people driving on motorbikes. You can draw people standing too close together, but they're not you, they're outside of you. And when it's outside of your control, you can say, okay, I don't need to worry about that because I cannot influence that. I can only influence what's within my control. What's within my control is the things I do. Eating, drinking, exercising, social distancing, relaxing. Communicating through Skype, through Zoom, over the phone, still connecting to people. So you are social distancing, not social isolating in the way that people think. Because you are physically distancing. That's the thing, isn't it? Physical distancing. There's no need to socially isolate. There's so much technology, phones, videos, so many ways you can stay in contact like we are right now. Once you've got that clear in your mind, you can start to cross off the things that you cannot influence and you can relax. Other tools on there I've written down, I'll give you, there's something called havening. Havening is a method of hypnotherapy, NLP, EFT, just a process that interrupts your brain. Because when your brain starts overthinking, and this is all going on, this is going, it's all getting confused and overrun and stressing you out. You need to interrupt it. And so the process is all there, detail what you do. Just read the steps. It'll involve rubbing your arms, counting 1 to 10, singing happy birthday, a whole series of things. Just do those simple steps. You remember a while ago when mindful colouring in was really popular? Do you know why it worked? Because all you've got to do is colour anything in, any colour you like, just don't go over the edge. Couldn't get it simpler. Now I know when our grandchildren come round and they play up, we don't mind because we just give them back. But the parents are going, oh God, shut up, pack it in, sit still. You get out a colouring in book or a flip chart and some big felt tip pens, they start colouring things in and they get quiet. Children love to colour stuff in, adults love to colour stuff in. The wonderful thing is, doing it is relaxing. So anything you do, draw, paint, read, garden, all helps you relax. So the havening technique is just a process a bit like that. It gets you to do a number of things so that your brain can't be worrying, it's too busy trying to do things that you give it to do. And when it does that, it relaxes. And the other thing I've done is, excuse me a sec. You'll recognize these kind of things. Obviously this one's got my logo on it, but these are just standard file cards. Now file cards, you can get them. Obviously any station has them. These, because I use them in my business, I just had them printed. But it doesn't even have to be a file card. Old envelopes, paper, old cards, and just on them, you're going to write some lists. And the aim is, on these lists, you're going to write down important things. So remember, in that moment when your brain's doing this, it can't think. And when it can't think, it can't solve things. So what I've done is I've written a sheet of, let's call them, what do I call them on here? I've called them thoughtful file cards. And on each card, you'll write methods to relax. You'll write down methods of relaxing. You write grounding, mindfulness, body scan, colouring in book, making a cup of tea. So methods to relax. And you have another card, people to talk to when I want some help. And most importantly, another card, people to talk to when I just want to talk rubbish about nothing. See, everybody wants to be your friend and wants to help you and give you advice. But we all need people in our life we can just talk about rubbish. The price of cabbage, which toilet rolls are best, whether low sugar beans actually taste any different than full sugar beans. Have a list of people you can talk to when you want to just talk rubbish. So if you've got a card, useful ways to relax, a card of people to talk to when you need any help, a card of people just to talk rubbish to, activities you like to do. So when you're stressed and when you're getting worked up and you're not sure what quite to do and you can't quite think clearly, get the cards out your pocket, do the first activity. I know, I'll phone my friend up and we can talk about how many toilet rolls I've got in their stash. My mum, for example, she hoarded toilet rolls long before it became trendy, and she's always been well known for it. If you ever needed some toilet rolls when we were growing up and it was too late, you could just go around my mum's. She was always excellent at hoarding them. And like I say, she was a trailblazer. She did this before it became a trendy thing to do. All right. Okay. Any questions? If anybody's got a question they'd like some help with, please do post it. What I will be doing afterwards is I will be posting this document. It's being PDF, it's 4 pages. You can read them online or you can print them out and use the tools. So now I'm going to do a nice, simple relaxation technique. We could call it mindfulness, we could call it self-hypnosis, I don't really mind. And I like this sort of 3-3-1 idea. So 3 things outside of you. So where I am right now, I can hear the traffic, I can hear the direction of the traffic, I can hear my clock ticking. 3 things. Now 3 things about me. My feet on the ground, my arms on the chair, my hand in front of you, and then my breathing. So I'm just going to run through this with you. So what I would do is I would close my eyes and say, as I begin to become more aware of the sound of the traffic, maybe which direction it's going, people on their journeys, even aware of the clock ticking away the moments. And as I allow myself to be aware of the sounds of the world moving around at its own pace, I can start to become more aware of myself, of my feet on the ground. And maybe notice that one foot feels slightly heavier or lighter than the other one. I hadn't noticed until now, but that's okay. And gradually aware of the hands, of my hands, resting against my body. And even the comfortable weight of my arms. Until gradually I notice my breathing, just naturally in and naturally out. Now some people tell me you can take them 2 or 3, even 4 breaths until they feel relaxed enough. Until I feel relaxed enough for now. And that process of being aware of my breathing, aware of the space I occupy, allows everything to just go shh. Okay? And the next thing I like to practice is, I call it self-hypnosis or relaxation with a purpose. So years ago, if I felt a bit tired, I'd maybe doze off, and then wake up and I feel like crap. Because power naps never quite work for me. But now I have found is if I am feeling tired or best myself, I'm going to close my eyes 5 minutes to allow myself to relax and recharge. Safe in the knowledge that when I open my eyes in 5 minutes time, I'm going to make a cup of tea. Okay? Close my eyes, 5 minutes to allow myself to relax and recharge. Safe in the knowledge that when I open my eyes, I'm going to go for a walk. Doesn't matter what it is, I'll do that process, close my eyes, relax. Because I've set a time and an activity, and then what I'm going to do afterwards, my brain likes to say, oh, that sounds like a good idea. You try it. Get yourself in a comfortable position, after we've done this. Allow yourself to be aware of the sounds of the world around you, the weight of your body in the seat you're sitting. And say to yourself, you're just going to close your eyes for a minute, allow yourself to relax and recharge. Safe in the knowledge that when you open your eyes, you're going to go on to the Active Wellbeing Society and join in an exercise class. Go exercise. Oh, Tai Chi, of course, because I teach Tai Chi. So I'm going to do that on Thursday. Okay. Any questions? Just post a message to me afterwards. Or you can visit my website, hypnotherapywestmidlands.com. I'm not charging for anything, giving all the stuff away for free. I'm even seeing clients on Skype for help with anxiety, OCD, and so on for half price. I just want to make this as accessible as possible, because if we help each other, we help everybody. If we can relax, each of us relaxes the next person, and we can pay that forwards. The practice every day. Remember, it takes the same amount of energy to get yourself worked up and anxious. It just burns more afterwards, but it takes the same amount of effort. It takes the same amount of effort to get anxious as it does to relax. The same amount. Choose the time. Now, if I want to be anxious in the way that people think of it, then it's only because I want to be thrilled because I'm watching a scary movie or a thriller, and I choose for that hour and a half or 2 hours to be thrilled, scared, and anxious. And at the end of it, I stop. I don't need to play that continuously throughout the day, only while I'm watching the movie. And I know, and I chose. If you choose to be anxious, like I'm choosing to be anxious about when I'm going to walk the dogs, because I'm looking forward to it. Later tonight when it's quiet, I'm going to take them out for a walk, and I'm looking forward to it, so I'm anxious to do it. So anxious is not a negative thing, it's just a state of being. If you catch yourself overthinking and worrying, the only rule is stop. Don't have a go at yourself, don't nag yourself, don't fret. Just do a simple grounding exercise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can feel, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. Do that simple grounding exercise. One last thing before I go. It's a strange process. A while ago, because I do like to watch films, and I was looking through to try and find a film, and I saw a title that came up, which was Love and Time Travel. That's got everything you need in the movie, love and time travel. And I thought it was going to be a sort of remake of Somewhere in Time, which is a great film. But when I went on to look at reviews, the actual cover of the movie got a different title on it. The cover of the movie on the video case said chronesthesia. I thought, well, chronesthesia. It's an interesting word, but clearly I can see why they changed the name of the film, because it's not catchy for a film title. So I looked up the word, and chronesthesia literally means mental time travel. And it's a whole study in the field of psychology around mental time travel. It's a thing that humans do, past, present, and future, past, present, and future. Maybe you've heard that saying, the past is history, the future's a mystery, now is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Maybe you've heard that. I thought it was wonderful, and I looked it up, and it's from Kung Fu Panda. How cool is that? The past is history, which is true. The future is a mystery, because we don't know what's going to happen. And now is a gift. That's why we call it the present. And the present is the only thing that's real. Now, mental time travel is what we all do. So if you're thinking about taking a dog a walk, You'll remember when you took a dog walk in the past, and you'll be thinking about when you're going to take it in the future. You can be considering it now. So you'll be going past, present, future, past, present, future, past, present, future. I remember when I walked the dog and when I might go, get the leads. And you'll be doing that mental time travel. And that's great, and it's what enables us to function. But it's also what causes worries, fears, anxieties. It also causes motivation. If somebody says, do you want to go on holiday? Remember, if it's a wonderful world and none of this is going on, if somebody said you want to go on holiday, you have memories of wonderful holidays in the past, you'll be thinking about where you're going, what kind of clothes you're doing, what kind of things you'll be doing, and you'll be planning it and getting excited, doing the mental time travel. But right now, people are doing mental time travel around fear of infection and death. And it's understandable because the news is telling what's happened in the past and what's going to happen in the future because of this, and you're in the here and now, and you're mentally time travel between what they tell you what's happened, what you perceive is going to happen, and what's happening right now. The only rule is stop, ground yourself, and be sensible. So I hope you found it useful. Hope you found it helpful. Please message me. Thank you very much. Keep sharing. Always happy to help. Bye for now.